What are the differences between the Scaled Agile framework, SAFE's value streams, and Discipline Agile's value streams? Today's 5 minutes short. I'm Joshua Barnes, and I'm joined with Al Shalloway. So one of the things that we will probably always have some amount of challenge with is just terminology from one approach to another, some branded terminology, some things that are intended to be very unique to a given approach, and then just what we see across industry leading approaches, frameworks, and so forth. One of those is how we understand what a value stream is. And Al, you've got a tremendous amount of experience with both value streams and SAFe and Discipline Agile. As a matter of fact, you helped form what a value stream and Discipline Agile is. So how about you share what some of those differences as well as similarities are?
Yeah, well, the differences mostly in my mind is emphasis. Value streams come from lean, basically. Womack and Jones' book Lean Thinking talks about value, the value stream, and a variety of other things, and it's about the flow of work. And in lean, the emphasis is getting away from managing people and managing the environment and the flow of work. So when you have a lean perspective on the value stream, what you're looking at is the work. And the reason you're doing this is not that you don't think the people are important, but exactly because you trust and respect the people. So we don't need to fix the people. We need to fix the environment. And everything we look at, we want to be looking at that way. And this creates a different way of looking at scaling large organizations. People talk about like bottom up, top down, and bottom up. And the perspective from lean is you look at the value stream. And now, of course, how effective value streams are has a lot to do with what goes into it, how the people in it are organized. If there are value streams that overlap with each other, that means multiple people are in, whether people are in multiple value streams and all that. So there are a variety of things to look at. Now, SAFe defines the value stream the right way. But then as you use SAFe, there are a lot of places where they talk about stable value streams, defining value streams. And the reality is you don't define them and they're not necessarily stable. Value streams are what are. Now you can improve them. You can take steps to improve the value streams, but you don't define them. And so that's a kind of a misconception that you can say, oh, this is what my value stream is. These are the people in it. And now that it's going to work. It's the wrong mindset. It's like coming up with predefined solutions to something that may not be the best way. You want to be looking at the work, the workflow, what's in there. Are you overloading people? So the truth is, yes, you want to fund value streams, but you want the value streams to be efficient and effective by being mostly autonomous or properly coupled with other groups. Sorry, the sun came out in Seattle. Oh my God, I wasn't planning on this. So it's really that is the thing for me. It's the question of emphasis. What you want to look at is the flow of work. Are you introducing delays because people are in multiple value streams? For example, you could have stable value streams, but the people in one value stream are the same people in the other value stream. Well, I got stable value streams. But that's horrible. That's not what you're trying to do because the work will be stuck as you go back and forth between people. So it's really the emphasis. And to me, it shows an underlying missing of this lean perspective and value stream perspective that they refer to it in SAFe, but they don't really do it. Now, this is good news because, well, maybe it's not good news. It'd be better if they attended to it. But the good news is there's no reason you can't do this in SAFe. Just understand value streams are about the workflow and what's going through it and focus on that. And your SAFe is going to improve a lot without really changing a lot. It's where you're coming from is a very important aspect of it.
So, and some of the factors that create some of the resistance or, as you like to say, the impedance in the value stream. What are some of the things that if you're focusing on the system, the environment that people are doing the work in, that we should be potentially kind of looking out for?
Well, mostly you want work to be flowing as best you can. You don't want handoffs. You don't want handbacks, as I call them, like I gave it to somebody and it comes back. You don't want waiting for other people, which will happen when people are in multiple value streams. You need to be working on small things throughout the value stream. Again, this is where minimum business increments are useful and MVPs are useful because you're working on thin slices. Notice how all these things I'm talking about are workflow and work issues. You have to attend to the value creation structure, how you organize people. Again, SAFe focuses on agile release trains. Well, that's one kind of value creation structure, and it's actually good to start with to manage dependencies within it, but it won't get you really good flow. You have to break things down into smaller pieces, like feature teams. Even component teams are better than agile release trains in many ways. So again, you want to be looking at the flow of work and managing the capacity, managing the work to not exceed the capacity that you have. Again, if you're thinking about the people, then you're starting to think about, well, how much capacity do I have with the people? You don't want to be thinking that way, because that's idealistic in the sense that people may not be available if they're working on multiple things or if they're working in an inefficient way. So you focus again on the value stream, because then you can see specifically what is happening, realistically what's happening, and you can see any waste that's taking place. That'll get integrated into actually your level of productivity.
Yeah. All right. So if you have any questions or comments, if you're watching this live or on replay, please post on LinkedIn, and we'll address any comments that come up. Thanks, everyone.